Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Ville, welcome to the show, because you're doing well, because they're having a fantastic freaking day. It is still warm AF outside, like super freaking warm. It's a heat wave right now. There's a heat wave that's going on for a couple of days now. But I want to do episode 4. I'm going to do this because it does feel good. Sorry if it's annoying, but there you go. There you go. So episode number 4 of the game theory. We're still with Majora's Mask, and it's one of my favorite subjects because again, guess how much I love that game. So episode 4 is quite simple. The relationship between the soul and the mask, the transformative mask, and the Link. So I know you guys don't like that we do a link of the Link and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I mean, it's still the same person. So we did we did the 5 stage of grief, and it's very similar. If you look at how Miko is, if you look at how Link is, sorry, it's very, very, very similar. The tree transformative mask remind Link of himself. The tree transformative mask reminds Link of his future, his past, his present. So the first mask that we have is the Deku Tree Sun. No, sorry, my mask. I'm so sorry. The Deku mask. See, I'm warm and I can focus. So the Deku mask, we learn later on that is the soul of the son of the butler. The reason why it was chased. So it's kind of like a complicated story, right? It's a really, really complicated story. So the Deku, the butler was best friend and possibly lover to the princess. And when you get to transform into the scene, we're seeing a scene where we're healing the soul, we're seeing the path of the soul, we're seeing their wishes. When you're seeing the soul of the Deku, you're seeing a bunch of Deku come in and attack you. There's a possibility, a vast possibility, that those Deku were chasing the butler. That's why he ran away. Because he was in love with the princess. They made fun of him. They said, no, a butler's son will never be in love with the princess. When you look at Link, he was also in love with... There's a lot of people that says it's weird. There's a lot of love. People that says, hey, he's in love with Zelda. I believe he's also in love with... it's kind of like it's a really, 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 really cool story. Because they also tell the story of Link. So it becomes by being he's in love with, with Zelda. You understand that it's not possible. So that's just Deku Tree. Deku Tree also was in love with the princess. Link was in love with the princess. Now we move on to Darmani. Darmani was the hero. He was the hero of the forest. He was the hero of the Goron. Link was the one chosen by Deku Tree to save him when everybody else didn't do it. It could have been Miko. Miko is arguably one of the strongest Kokiri there is, right? And then he chose Link because Link is in the Hylian. There's a possibility that this Kokiri cannot fight. And Link, since he was Hylian, could fight. But when you look at it, when you look at the Goron, he's a hero. Link was also a hero. Link was also this guy who was able to save everybody. Link, and the craziest thing with Darmani, if you look at the story of Darmani, Darmani was the hero. They know from Snowfall there was a blizzard coming in. That's why the land is recovered by snow and ice. So Darmani says, you know what, I'm going to go to Snowfall, and because I'm going to go to Snowfall, I'll be able to save everybody. Link did the same thing. He went to save Hyrule. Darmani died. He didn't come back. Link didn't come back. He went back in time. So the fact that he saved everybody, he never had the possibility to enjoy it. He never had the possibility to celebrate it. Which is the same as Darmani. Now we have Miko. Miko is the musician, right? And he's in love. And this is my favorite part. There's a lot of people that believe that Link isn't dead. That Link instead went back to the Lon Lon Ranch when he was kicked out of the Kokiri Forest. The Lon Lon Ranch will have him. And if you look at Twilight Princess, which is the spiritual successor of Majora's Mask, there's hints that Link and Malon were actually together. Link and Malon became, they had kids. And those kids became the next Link. Right? The reincarnation of Link, the reincarnation of the hero of time. We're seeing this in Skyward Sword, where Demai says, okay, well, it's going to be a reincarnation of me, it's going to be a reincarnation of you, and then Princess Zelda will fight till the end of time. Right? The cool thing here is if he ends up with Malon, which is the daughter of Talon, the guy of the Lon Lon Ranch, she's a singer, she's a musician, right? And it's kind of nice because it's super fucking nice. Because in Majora's Mask, they put Malon as this really small kid to Link, which who has no like link to it. He has no attachment to it because it's just child. So if he fell in love with Marlon, which is the singer, I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. It's just really warm outside. If Link fall in love with Marlon, it's a singer that's the same as Miko. Miko is a musician that falls in love with a singer, and he's sad because he will never be with her again. Now, this is where it's a bit more complicated. Technically, before Majora's Mask, there's not a sign of Link being entangled with Marlon, right? But she's still a singer, and there's still a link to it. There's a lot of hint in Ocarina of Time, a lot of hint that Link and Marlon could end up together. The father says, "Don't marry my daughter." Marlon saying, "I like you." She calls him Grasshopper. She gives him a nickname. She's affectionate to him. She teaches a song. They both have a love for horses. There's multiple moments in the Ocarina of Time precisely where Link shows love towards Epona, right? And it's also a case of it's beautiful. It's beautiful because you see that they have much in common. So Miko could be a representation of the Link that ends up with Marlon, right? And then you have the last one, which is the fierce deity, and that's where the thing hurts. The first deity was the realization that Link. So in Ocarina of Time, right? Link's become this hero who saved Hyrule. In Majora's Mask, he's still a kid. He cannot do much. And then you got the fierce deity, which is adult Link, and when you want to know why it's like that is because there's still this part of Link that was a hero. There's still a part of Link that ended up saving the world. There's multiple war after the event of Majora's Mask. If Majora's Mask ends up by Link going back to it, there's still a lot of wars. That's how he became the Stalfos, right? But yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for Link to become this hero, and this is what the first deity has to remind him. And then this is where the theory gets interesting because we got Link, who could end up falling in love with Marlon and live a happy-go-lucky life. And there's this Link who's a hero, a soldier, right? And the greatest thing is if you don't do the story, the game at 100%, if you don't save everybody, you're not gonna get the first deity. So you're stuck being the Link that likes Marlon, right? And by saving anybody, you get the Link that's a hero. And First Deity is the strongest mask. He's stronger by far than Majora's Mask, right? But there's still this part where you have to be a hero to wear it. And it's almost... And the coolest thing about the First Deity, it feels like Link has to earn it. It feels like Link... it's so warm, I cannot focus, I'm so sorry. It feels like Link doesn't feel like he's a hero because he's back in time. And by helping others, he has a confirmation, yeah, you're a hero. So it's a beautiful thing. And that's the theory. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.